For sale, an extract from the anthology Shades of the Unknown by John Wing. The couple entered the shop, clothed in long hooded coats, glad to escape the torrential rain. They sat on the nearest seats and waited. Lights in the ceiling filled the rectangular room in a white, bright glow. The remaining chairs were vacant, the walls bare, devoid of pictures or fixtures of any kind, giving the whole place a methodical and clinical feel, and the floor was a pristine white, the same as the furniture, including 4 tables. In the quiet, the storm outside attempted to mar this oasis of calm as it battered the large window, but to no avail. Droplets of rain dribbled off their coats, forming 2 small pools. A door in the far wall suddenly appeared, and in walked an assistant. The door merged back into the wall as if it had never been there. The assistant came up to the newcomers and sat facing them at their desk, and immediately inquired in a soft, relaxed manner, "How can I help you?" "We would like 2 workers," answered the female. "What sex?" She looked at her partner. He nodded slightly. "Male, both male." "Age?" "We would like 1 youngling and the other to be in his prime." Just then, someone else came in. The assistant bade the customer to sit at a vacant desk with a gesture of her right hand. To the couple in front of her, she said, "I will return shortly." With that, she got up, approached the far wall, whereupon the same door suddenly materialized. She walked through, and the door became part of the wall once more. The new customer did not acknowledge the couple. He sat there quietly, apparently lost in his own thoughts. Outside, the inclement weather had desisted. In fact, sunlight forced itself between dissipating grey clouds, bringing a welcome relief to the late afternoon. The assistant reappeared and sat down with the couple. "When would you like your workers?" For the first time her partner spoke. "As soon as possible." "2 days, is that acceptable?" "It is," he replied. The assistant held out her hand upright. The female placed the palm of her right hand against the assistant's. A connection was made between the 2 of them. All necessary details were communicated through their touch. The transaction complete, the couple exited the shop while the assistant turned her attention to the waiting customer. The hover vehicle came to a stop, floating about a foot above the ground. For a few moments nothing happened until a black spherical object detached itself from the stationary transporter. At the same time, the rear door slowly opened. The suspended black drone issued an order in a metallic, emotionless voice. "Worker 7298 and 3104, you are to exit the vehicle now." 2 forms left their confines and dropped to the ground. A man and a boy, both attired in light blue overalls, with their identification numbers printed clearly in yellow down both arms. Strapped around their left wrist was a metal band. This was their tracking and control device. It could not be removed. Any disobeying of instructions and a small electrical charge would be released. The greater the resistance, the more severe would be the electrical current. The man looked to be in his mid-30s, about 6 feet and muscular. He'd obviously been well fed and had had a recent shower, as his beard was well groomed, as was his black hair. His brown eyes carefully studied his new environment. He could see far in all directions, great flat stretches of earth running off like an unrolled gargantuan carpet, comprising of greens, browns and beige, with miles of uninterrupted visibility towards the horizon. All of this landscape was mercilessly tortured by an unforgiving midday sun. The 12-year-old boy shielded his eyes from the intense sunlight, lost in a space of such magnitude. "Move," ordered the drone. They did as instructed, walking towards a red barn that had seen better days. Its paint had all but faded or simply peeled away from many years of neglect. Its roof needed some desperate repair too. The drone abruptly commanded, "Stop." They both obeyed. Approaching them from the homestead were two black figures, the same couple who had recently placed their order for 2 workers. It could soon be seen that these forms were not human. Underneath the sun-filled sky, their smooth, black, metallic bodies gleamed as they gracefully neared the waiting slaves. If you're intrigued how this story continues, it is available to download or purchase as a paperback from Amazon in my anthology, Shades of the Unknown.